Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you the books that I wish I read in 2021. So these books have been on my shelf for quite a long time. I feel like since some of them from like the beginning of the year, and I just had a kind of very big TBR that I definitely need to kind of tackle in the new year and really focus on getting that down, because I think in 2020 I really got my TBR down, and so I want to kind of keep the momentum going, hopefully kind of get that started up again. But nevertheless, these are the books that I really wish that I got to just in this reading year, but I just never was able to get to it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. And I will say, I think part of it why I didn't get to these books is that I couldn't find the ebook version of these books, and I feel like for a good amount of 2021, because I had my hand surgery, I couldn't physically hold a book. So if I couldn't get the ebook from the library, like I couldn't read it. So I think that is kind of related to this as well. So no excuses, but that was kind of like the main problem for most of these books that I'm going to talk about. But starting up, I first have the Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I bought this back in, like, actually I can look right here, I still have my receipt. I bought this September 18th, so I have had it on my shelf for at least 3 months now, and so yeah, I really wish I picked this up because my boyfriend has also read this one too, and he really likes it, and I feel like book is very popular, especially this is a self-published book and it has gained a lot of momentum on BookTok. I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know, but apparently it's very popular there as well, and it's been picked up by a publishing company, and I think they're kind of redoing everything. But yeah, this one just sounds so intriguing, and I wish I got around to reading it. But like I said, I think because this book was self-published, my library just for whatever reason didn't have the ebook for this, but it just seems so interesting. I love kind of the competition of magicians and just trying to find like the Atlas 6, and then 5, like, they are told will be initiated, 1 will be eliminated, and I just love that competition feel. So yeah, I really wish I got to this in 2021, but hopefully I can get to it in this new year. Next up, this is a nonfiction book that I wish I got to, and I feel like, especially with nonfiction, it's kind of, I'm a little bit hesitant. It does take me a little bit longer to read, so I think that's why I'm a little bit hesitant with these. But I first have The Rise and Fall of the Dinosaurs by Steve Roust, I think that's how you say it. But when I was little, I was the biggest dinosaur nerd. Like, I loved all the dinosaurs. I was obsessed with The Land Before Time. Like, I loved all that stuff, and so when I saw this book, I think I was like, man, this is so cool. Like, I just think all that stuff is so interesting. But yeah, I just never picked it up, and I feel like this would be a book that I would really enjoy, and it's a little bit like, it fits my nerdy side, but I just think it's such an interesting time period. So like, even now I'm looking and they have like pictures in here, and like, yeah, this, like, I don't know why I haven't picked this up. I think just because I'm a little bit hesitant with nonfiction in general, but yeah, I definitely want to get to this in the new year. Again, this is another nonfiction book that I'm just a little bit hesitant, and I couldn't find the ebook for this from my library, but I have enjoyed 2 of this author's previous works, so I think I would be okay. And it is 21 Lessons for the 21st Century by Yuval Noah Harari. I read his book Sapiens and Homo Deus, which talks about the history of human evolution from a cultural standpoint, and then Homo Deus is where he kind of sees human society going. And even though I kind of disagree with some of the stuff in there, I do think it's a very interesting read. And what I really like about this author is that he does write kind of these nonfiction books, but he does it in a way that I think is very accessible to a lot of people who may not have like an anthropology background like I do. So I found like he does a really good job with that. But this one kind of talks about today's most pressing issues like disillusionment, work, equality, nationalism, religion, terrorism, you know, ignorance, justice, education, and like all these things. So I think this one will just be really interesting, and just yeah, I'm just like always interested with these things and just the complexities of human societies and how we've like evolved to kind of get where we are now. I think it's really interesting. So yeah, I really wish I picked this one up again, but like I said, I could not get the ebook for this. So I've been kind of stepping outside my comfort zone and reading some kind of mythology books that I wouldn't have picked up beforehand. So for example, like The Witch's Heart, I really enjoyed. It was a little bit weird, but it's based on Norse mythology, so it's a little bit different from what I tend to read, but that one was weird, but I did really enjoy the ending. And this is another one that is kind of mythology based that I wish I got around to reading, and it is Ariadne by Jennifer Saint, and this one seems really interesting. Again, it follows kind of Greek mythology and the princess of Crete and kind of all these things. And like I said, I've never really been one for mythology, and I think it's because I never learned it at school for whatever reason. So I never really learned like Greek mythology or like these type of things. So yeah, so it's a little bit different, but yeah, I wish I got to this. And this one is fairly short too, so it'd be like a pretty quick read, but I think I have found that I do enjoy the mythology because I am learning more about things that, like I said, I've never learned about before. So for me, it's like I don't know basically where this story is going to go because I don't know the mythology that well. So it's like an interesting read because I don't know what to expect. And for this one, I think would be a lot of fun as well. My dad's side of the family is Greek, so it'll be nice to kind of learn more about the Greek mythology and more about kind of my dad's kind of family's, you know, culture. And last up, this is just kind of an author in general, and it is Fredrick Backman. So I have a few of his books. I'm looking at my shelf here. My grandmother asked me to tell you she's sorry. Britt Marie was here. Anxious People. Like, those are ones that I have not read yet, and I've heard really great things about Anxious People. I think I'm gonna really like that, but I feel like with Britt Marie was here and my grandmother asked me to tell you she's sorry, I'm a little bit hesitant about those two just because I read A Man Called Ove and I didn't like it that much, and I feel like that is one of his most popular books next to Beartown, which I really enjoyed. So I'm on the fence for Britt Marie was here. My grandmother asked me to tell you she's sorry. If you guys read those and enjoyed them, let me know. Like I said, I'm kind of a little bit hesitant, but I feel like I will like Anxious People, so that one I definitely want to get to, and I wish I got to it this year. But like I said, after reading A Man Called Ove, I was kind of put off by some of his like other works that I haven't read yet. But yeah, let me know if those two books are actually worth reading, or if I should just, you know, kind of just pretend they don't exist and just read Anxious People. Let me know. But yeah, I really, like I said, I really wish I got into more of his works because I do have, like I said, 3 books of his on my TBR, but I was a little bit turned off by A Man Called Ove, so hopefully there may be a redemption in this with his other works. But yeah, I just did not really like the Man Called Ove. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what books you wish you got to in 2021 and all of that stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.